Alright, I thought I'd just do a little take on what I think has kind of been going on here. And if you go back to World War, well, personally, World War One, you know, Kidman's right. It's old world order. It's not new world order. It's just what they want you to think it's new. It's not new. It's old. It's been around for really long time. And it really all goes back to probably even Jesus' time, the money era. Um, I well, I'll get to that in a minute. World War One was a feudal war. The oligarchs and the rich royals were fighting over you know it was a feud. Hatfields and McCoys. That's all World War One was. People went to die for that. And World War Two was essentially a money making proposition and a chance to grab territory. That's really all it amounted to, and it's really a shame that so many people went to die over something like that. And it's easy to say now because that's ancient history, right? But we go back into history, we go back into time, and we learn from history, from time. That's all we can do. Uh, the UN then was taken out of the League of Nations, and so the UN was born, and one of their first acts, I think, was to put Israel into the shit spot there, and you know it, that's really been a contentious problem ever since, and I don't know that it'll ever really be solved now. My view is that the only way to solve it is they'll just have to learn to live together with each other. That's the only way to do it. Not that that's really an easy thing to do, but I don't think anyone's going anywhere on either side. So you'll have to learn to live. We all have to learn to live together. That's just the way it is. And uh, the UN's mandate was to help other countries and to quell problems happening in other countries. But as you can see over time, that the UN has done absolutely nothing in that regard whatsoever, other than propagate wars and death and famine. And it's they do good sometimes because they have to, because otherwise their whole thing would blow wide open, right? So I mean, you look in Syria, they gave Assad $520 million. And then you saw a bunch of Europeans and the U.S. all running to the other side to quickly give the money because it looked really bad. That was the UN Human Rights Council or something. I mean, that's a lot of money to give to somebody who's killing his own people. And I realize that most of you probably don't understand that, but that's the way it is. Civil war uh, means two huge groups of people fighting each other, like the American Civil War, not 10% fighting the other 90. That's just not a civil war. So he reacted just like every other Middle East dictator has reacted. Turkey's reacted the same. Egypt reacted the same. Tunisia reacted the same. Bahrain the same. Libya the same. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same. And there's no way any of us around the world would have woken up had those things not happened. Uh, they're extremely important uh, because they woke up. We felt like we should wake up too because we were all in the same situation, although it was different. And so the way we all wanted change. Okay, we all wanted change. Occupy wanted change. Egypt, the Middle East, every country, pick a country, they all want change. Uh, Myanmar, Buddhists killing Muslims. I mean, so you know, we wanted change and we got it. And when Fukushima happened, we really got it. And now we don't have a choice. No matter where you live, you're stuck with this. Okay, and so we're going to have change. And we're all going to have to probably, in my opinion, live in domes like I said before. And that's going to be a huge change. And we're all going to have to come together in order to accomplish that, or we're all going to die. That's just kind of the way it is. I know that sounds just dramatic, but trust me, a lot of people are going to perish over this. And we have other accidents happening. If we start having more, then it's a given, right? If the ocean dies, it's going to be hard to breathe. You may not die of radiation, you just may not be able to breathe. So these are really pressing issues. And we don't need politicians anymore. That's gone. We don't need money anymore. That's gone. All things that people will need will be provided for. They'll have to be provided for in these domes, for lack of a better word. And I don't really see any other answer to this. We can't, given what's even happened right now, all of the water sources are probably, unless they're majorly underground artesian wells, are contaminated. It's just the way it is. And so you're all going to get cancer. Unless they want to come up with a cure for cancer, I can't see that happening, because they like to make money. You can see what's happening in London, England, in the US. It's always been that way. So everybody wanted change. Now, whether you like it or not, we have to change. There is no choice. And these politicians haven't said a word. Anyone, no government, no politician anywhere in the world has come out and told you of the grave danger that's happening. They've talked about it, but that's as far as they'll go. And maybe they've been threatened, just like some other people have been. I'm not really too sure. But the fact of the matter is, there isn't a politician on the planet, and there isn't a government on the planet, and that includes Russia, for all you RTers, who has come out and said anything about this. Truly a shame, because these guys talk about how they care about children, and how they care about their citizens, and how they care about this and that, and it's amazing. And I was reading the comments and today, and someone was blaming Japan, how bad they are, But you know what? Japan was bad, but they couldn't handle this. But nobody came and did anything. They don't have an army. And I realize everybody, that the U.S. is their army, but you just go there. Russia goes there, Europe goes there, Canada goes there, United States goes there, Australia, even Iran, whoever the hell can go there, should go there. And what the fuck is Japan going to do about it? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. They couldn't do anything about it. And the world needed to take over, the UN needed to take over, and they haven't. They haven't said anything, they haven't warned any people of the danger. And I realize, you see, the economy would really be affected. We're talking, everything. Kevin talks about houses, house prices. Well, fuck houses. Food, everything. The whole economy would be completely wiped out. The stock market would be gone. Everybody's job would be done. And that's really too bad, but that's the way it is. And to give up people's lives in order to have that for a short while is kind of ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And so all of that's done now. And people have to come to terms with that. They have to realize that. We're kind of going to have to live in like the Star Trek TV show, where everything's provided for you. All you need to do is learn and knowledge or contribute to society in whatever way you can, because there is no other way to go about this. They can't seem to fix this. Hell, they can't even find a plane these days. That's just ridiculous. You can see the pimple on someone's ass with a fucking satellite, but they can't find a plane. So, things have changed, and I can't really think of a way to force the issue other than only one idea I've come up with, which I guess I'll talk about shortly in the next video here, because I don't really know of any other way to get people's attention, to get the government's attention, to get these politicians to realize that they don't get off their ass and start doing something about this. And I mean building domes or doing something. Come up with a better idea. I'd love to hear it. I really would love to hear that. I really would. I just don't. Are we going to live underground? Maybe they're building underground cities. I don't know. These are all speculation, but they're not telling us anything, and they're not doing anything. And so I'll mention this idea. It's just an idea. It's probably not a great idea, but it's something to think